And speaking of things that are liquidy, why'd you give me? Did I say liquidy? Is it liquidy, environmentally liquidy friendly?
No, no. It's speaking of liquidy things.
Liquidy.
Let's talk about water.
Okay. Yes. So we were in Bold. You know, we've been talking about how we're in this Keller Williams program by Diana Kokoska called Bold, which stands for Business Objective Life by Design. I think the more important part is the life by design, that you control your life. And they started talking about the power of water, and I got lost in the class. I needed Kristen to help me understand what was going on. But at one point they said, if you take, what was it, 3 jars of water, and then what do?
So you have 3 separate jars of water, and you put rice in them. And then the same amount, 3 jars, you put rice in them, and you put the same amount of water in them. And 1 jar goes and you put it in like a dark place. And then the other 2 jars, one of them you write love or kindness, the other one you write hate or anger. And you place those 2 jars beside each other. Now all 3 jars have the same amount of rice, same amount of water.
Are they filled? Is it like fill it rice?
It's like 3/4 water and then, 3/4 rice, and I believe it's water just past the fill line of the rice, something like that.
Okay.
We'll be sure to post the information on it. That way everybody can do it themselves, because we're going to do it this weekend, right?
We're doing it with the kids.
Right, we're going to do it with the kids this weekend. So this is, it's an incredible thing, because what you do is you go up and you speak words of kindness and love to 1 jar.
So do I pick, so there's 2 jars, do I pick up the jar and talk to it?
You shouldn't pick it up. Just look at it and talk to it.
So the jar's sitting on one shelf, another jar on another shelf, away from each other, right? So they don't get, I guess.
Exactly.
And then I say words of kindness, like you're beautiful and wonderful and I love you.
Yes. And then the jar of anger, you say negative words, angry words, unkind words. You can even say names, of just different things that have negative around them or affiliated with them. And the intention of this is, you can see the power behind what we speak actually affects water. And there's science behind this. Dr. Emoto is the one who, I believe, founded this study and has done a lot of research on it, showing that our ability to influence water just speaks to our ability to influence others, because we're made up of, was it 60% water?
I always thought it was like we're 90% water, but whatever it is, it's more than half of us is water.
Is water. So if we can speak to water that is with rice, and the rice will mold more so in the jar where you speak negative, then it just shows the power behind, if we're influencing water molecules, then when we speak to each other, what kind of influence is it having? And so it's incredible. There's even a video called The Secret of Water, I believe is what it's called. And just, you can look it up on YouTube. It's an older video, but it shows water molecules, and it shows you that ones that were spoken negatively to, what they formed to what they look like. And it's incredible. And some of these things, you're going to look at them, you're going to be like, I am so skeptical of this. There's no way that when I say I love you, you are wonderful, you are enough, you are kind. And when you speak like that, water is going to have this beautiful molecules. Whereas the one where you're like, I hate you, you're horrible, you're worthless, and the molecules just look messed up. I mean, there's no way to describe it other than going to watch this video. But there's research behind it, and it's just incredible. So I'm excited to do the experiment with the girls this weekend.
Me too.
It's a long-going thing. It's not over the weekend that we'll see results. It'll be several weeks, but it'll be fun to start it with them this weekend.
And you guys will be able to hang with us and see what happens. Because, consider me this. One, I'm a skeptic.
Yeah, sure.
Because they showed it to me, but some things you have to see for yourself in life. Would you rather learn the easy way or the hard way? There's just some ones where you're like, listen, I know what you're telling me, but I got to go see it. So I have to see this for myself.
Sure.
But then consider me on the other end. One of my favorite things about you that you do is when you say life-changing. Because you have such an appreciation for the little things. And like Kristen will buy a new curling rod and say, oh, this is life-changing. And when you think about it, it's very positive. You're just so happy about something small, and you think that it made your whole life better. So what this class, though, was life-changing in that sense, this moment, because I'm like, if this is true, it's way deeper than I thought. Like, words are way deeper than I thought. That the whole sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me is a wonderful philosophy and affirmation. But it's it's not really true.
Right.
That someone telling you you're not good enough, if it's true that how it affects water and water's inside of you and it really affects you that way, it's an illness. Right? It's an attack on your body.
Can you remember a time, even as a child, that someone said something to you that you'll never be able to forget, that hurt you?
Oh my God!
Even if it was so silly, it just went into your core, and you still think about it sometimes.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah. So, and me too. And it's interesting because those people aren't significant. They don't matter. Their opinion shouldn't matter. They didn't physically harm me, but something that they said has stuck with me my whole life. And it's made me think, even in fleeting moments when I was younger, maybe I am that, maybe they were right. And so it's incredible to think that that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but whatever it is, words will never hurt me. It's interesting because we're actually proving with ourselves, and then also with this little experiment, that it's the exact opposite of that.
Right.
That the words have stuck with us our whole life.
It's so true.
So it's interesting.
I know, you and I have commiserated on the fact that we know what bullying's like and all that stuff, and that stuff isn't fun. And certainly, for anybody out there who's listening who's been bullied, we know what it's like too. And there's times when I was beat up by a group of guys, and I didn't think about this till recently. I don't remember how bad it hurt when they were kicking me. I remember what they were saying to me. So it's very, very true. Yeah. And so what is wonderful, what's wonderful about life is, no matter what happened, and my Aunt Liz would say, you can be a prisoner of the past or an architect of the future. And so you realize, that stuff hurt you and hurt your water, right? Like in that sense. But you can start saying stuff to yourself that changes that around. And so I am completely bought in, but I got to see it for myself.
Yeah. I
got to see the whole thing, or I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine it, and I can't wait to do it. I'm glad that we get to kind of share this whole thing. And so what we'll do is, because I think we said what to do, but we'll be sure to post something on, like, here, do it yourself, so you can do it too.
Yeah.
And then you can send. I would love to see your pictures too.
Yeah.
Because hopefully it looked gross when I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
So it's like, boof, it's kind of amazing. So anyway, we'll keep you posted on that whole thing.
And I'm excited that we're doing it with the girls, because this is something that you're just being introduced to now.
Right.
So if we introduce it to them at 3 and 7, it'll be exciting to see how it impacts them and who they share it with, and other kids they tell this to at school, and then they want to go home and try it. And I think it's exciting to teach this at such a young age, and hopefully it's something that sticks with them.
I don't want to stand up on my soapbox at the moment, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, I felt that.
You felt that.
Yeah, go ahead.
She knows me well enough to know about it. But this actually brings up a point that I would love for more people to not only share, but and it's my responsibility too to talk about this stuff. Kids go to school for 12 years, right, or 13 years, kindergarten through 12th grade. And why stuff like this isn't taught, why stuff like finances, balancing a budget, how to manage expenses, all the things in life that are so tough, that are so important, when to buy a house, when to buy things, when to get credit cards, I'll never understand. But this, to me, is a lesson that I am so excited that Autumn and Kaylee get to see at 7 and 3 years old, that I wish someone would have showed me every single, this might be a yearly thing we do. This might be an anniversary. Oh, hey, it's time to do this thing again, as a reminder of what we say. Because 2 kids, they'll think it's cool. And I don't know, because I'm 40 years old. I can't think like a 7-year-old every now and then, right? But if they see this consistently, they will be reminded forever how important what they say is, and also how important who they let, what they let people say to them is.
Right.
And so I'm excited for this because it's valuable, and I wish I would have known about it a long, long time ago.
Yeah, I did it when I was a teacher. I was a special education teacher for a little over 4 years, and I did this with my students. I also did an egg one, which is quicker results. It's instant results rather than with the rice.
Really?
And so we'll also post that as well. So if you have young ones and you want to teach them the lesson and have it be quick, sometimes that's better than having, like Autumn, being 7, for her to wait over the course of several weeks to see the results of the rice experiment. It's completely age appropriate. But for a little one, 3, 4, some lessons need to be learned instantly, especially if they're saying something unkind and you want to show them how that hurts people. The egg experiment is a good option for instant results. So we'll share that one with you guys as well. But it's something that I did as a teacher, and I couldn't agree more that it's a shame that teachers don't get the ability now to teach things that are near and dear to their heart that they know will help children that are important to their growth and development. And it's just state standardized testing and what's required, and just getting the kids ready for that. So teachers, you are amazing for everything that you do, and I know that so often you want to provide something even better to the kids that you know will help them, and you're constantly supported in a matter of keeping it focused on state standards. So couldn't agree more. This is a great thing to take home and do with the little ones, and hope maybe more teachers will have the opportunity to bring it into the classroom.
I'm excited. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope lots of people do this. I hope that lots of people start doing this.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see it for myself.
Mm-hmm.